I'm just going to hit the show intro then.
Hey, it's our own little Christmas carol, Greg.
It is.
It should be a Christmas carol. We'll just call it a bacon carol.
Oh, everything's good with bacon.
Oh, the line around the donut shop this morning was out to the road. I can't find you. Oh, there we are. Yay! I have lots of energy today. You ready for me?
I can see that. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into show number 75 of Bacon in Your Mailbox. And my goodness gracious, you are full of energy today.
Merry Christmas.
She is pumped up. I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. That high energy person there. You're not wearing a wreath today. I don't know what I can call that. But it's nice.
It's a scarf. It's a scarf. And so I just kind of throw it over and act like it was on purpose.
Okay. Well, she's the scarf wearing community admirer, Jana Clark, with her looking like a Hallmark movie there. Let me put that on a solo screen. Look at that.
I know.
Man, that is very festive.
So this is the tree that's in the lobby at tourism. And so we keep the lights off when it's dark outside because we have like a garland across our window that you all can't see, but the tree looks beautiful at night. So if you haven't driven by here, please do. And I loved it so much when I walked in today. I was like, that has to be the star of the show today.
It should be. It's nice. Very nice.
All right. So anyway, I just pulled myself over here a little table and said, I'll just do it right here. Hey, great. Carter, Merry Christmas.
Good morning, Carter Blankenship. Next week, we will have Carter as Santa Claus on the intro.
Yeah.
I'm working on that. I've got to figure out how to download that, but we'll get to that. Other important things, as always, our first posters, Kristen Parrott in early this morning. Good for her. And
I know she's got some holiday spirit.
Oh, she always does. There's Vicky. One hiya, a wave. There's 6 bacons. It's good. There's Morgan Castor.
Hey, Morgan.
And JR Castor, which...
Hey, I think I'm new Facebook friends with JR.
Are you?
We're like this.
You know, today's JR's birthday.
Is it really?
It is. Lucas's birthday was Tuesday. It's like the Castor week around here, you know? You figure we might have to start charging Morgan for this. Hopefully she's giving him more gifts. But I have something for JR here in just a second. So good morning, JR, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's a Castor and Hobbs type of show. We've got Judy Hobbs, and we also have the legendary Jay Hobbs as well.
Jay, I want to ask you a question. Did you get a PS5?
He says, missed y'all on Tuesday because I was trying to get a PS5 online. I don't know if he did or not. He'll have to tell us.
He's probably not willing to tell because he knows I might stalk his house.
There you go. Good morning, Amy Powers. Good stuff. All right, so it's JR's birthday. JR is turning 43 today. So Morgan sent me a message last week and said, hey, can you... Oh, Jay said yes. He got a PS5.
Jay. That's all right. Did you buy 2 by chance? You only have 3 kids. They could share one.
So Morgan last week was like, hey, it's Lucas's and JR's birthday next week. And JR will be turning... She said 43,000 something.
Yeah.
But he's turning 43 today.
Okay.
And you remember that, right, Jana? It's been a few years ago for you. But
it's been a few.
But, you start to feel older at the age of 43. Right?
I'm so glad it's not my birthday today because I have a feeling I know what might be coming.
Well, I want JR to feel young again. Because that's all we want. I mean, that's the whole fountain of youth type thing, right? You want to feel young. You want people to take notice because look, at the age of 46, I thought I was a handsome guy. And sometimes girls will be like, hey, they don't. Now they're like, hey,
then they heard 43,
and JR's getting at that age where
it's true.
Yeah.
It could go either way. Maybe you can help us decide today which way it's going to go.
Well, I didn't know which way she meant to make him feel young again. And I didn't want to be wrong because I don't want egg on my face. you know?
Sure.
So I went a couple of different ways.
All right.
So if JR wants to feel young, I mean, I think maybe that is one way to feel young, right? If I photoshopped him on a
Woo.
muscular guy.
Listen, JR and I have never met, just so you know.
But you would like to meet that, wouldn't you?
Look at that.
And I went, it's a throwback picture too. It's probably from the 90s or 80s.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No wonder we're Facebook friends. That looks like someone I would want to be Facebook friends with. JR.
And, maybe, just maybe, she didn't mean like sexy young. She meant like young. And I've already put you in as an infant, and I didn't want to do that. And growing up, we always, to make us feel young, everybody wanted to.
I can't wait.
Everybody wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese, right?
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
And it's a birthday picture.
So awesome. You may have to buy JR dinner because Morgan may not be willing to cook him birthday dinner.
That's from 88.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Oh, happy birthday, JR.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now,
happy birthday, JR. We're starting off with a bang.
Yeah. There's my business partner, Jeff Proctor, longtime listener, first time commenter. Good morning, missing Milby. We spent so much time together over the last 4 months. He probably doesn't want to say my name. His wife's,
it's a shock that he showed up. That's true friendship right there.
Yeah.
He's Milby distancing right now.
as most people do after they spend any time with me. So today is Wright Brothers Day, celebrating the day in 1903 when the Wright brothers of Dayton, Ohio flew the first mechanically powered heavier than air machine.
Yes.
So that's a great reason to celebrate. It
didn't go very far, did it? Wasn't that? I remember when I learned about it, I was so excited. Then all of a sudden, my teacher fessed up that it only went, I don't know, 57 feet or whatever. Is that true? Am I thinking of the right story?
Yes, it didn't go that far.
Okay,
but think about back when JR was young and we had dial-up internet. We were like, oh my gosh! And you sat there for 20 minutes, but I'm on the internet. Yes. Now, if it took you that long to dial in, you'd freak out.
Truly.
So it's perspective. And I think
that's so funny.
Something flew at that time.
That's true.
It's also National Maple Syrup Day.
Okay.
Which I have 8 million little packets of organic natural maple syrup if anybody wants any.
That's interesting. How does one come across that?
Apparently, there's a company that figured out called Pure Fuel that they were doing organic maple syrup in jars for years. And then there was a study done that long distance runners, it was, organic maple syrup has that it gives you a boost of energy and it helps, replenish things. So they started putting in those little gel packets.
Yeah.
So they sent us a bunch of those for our race and people used them, but that was crazy.
They sent a lot of them. So, so we have interesting conversations about syrup in my house. Well, first of all, half of my family calls it syrup and half of my family calls it syrup. So I was trying to pay attention because I think you're a hybrid. I think when you said it, I think you were a little bit of syrup and a little bit of syrup.
On purpose.
Oh, interesting. Why?
Oh, it's tomato. It's pecan. You've got to. Years in radio, I've learned that you offend people with anything you say. I used to tell people I'm an equal opportunity offender. If I haven't offended you yet, just wait. It'll come back to you.
Get in line.
Yeah. And how you say things does that.
Oh, that's so funny.
But my papaw used to put biscuits and he would put butter and syrup together.
Yeah.
And just stir it up.
So here's the thing about syrup. It is too sweet for me. I don't put syrup on my pancakes unless it is literally like a drop for like a huge piece, because I think syrup takes over a dish. Like my kids love it. Like they like a little bit of pancakes, a little bit of bacon with their syrup. Syrup, did you hear that?
Hmm.
But I think that it is so sweet that it just kind of it takes over, and so I like it in extremely small doses.
Yeah.
But the
Elaine
pure like
says,
that pure maple syrup, that maple flavor is really good.
yeah. Elaine says it depends on what part of Kentucky you're from, is how you say it.
Really?
Yeah. Greene
That's
County,
fascinating.
it's like syrup. You want
Yeah.
some syrup with your biscuit?
Yeah.
And if I spend any time down there with the Milby family, I mean, it's back out. It does not take long
It's
for that
just
to
like
come out.
SRRRUP.
Oh yeah, you save those letters cost money. You just roll them all together. Sure.
Oh, that's cute. That's so fun.
But we make protein pancakes around here periodically, and these
Yes.
things are so good that you're not supposed to eat them with syrup because it is designed to be healthy. But
Yeah.
always when we make them for camp, people are like, let me try those. And when they try one, because when you say protein pancakes, people are like, oh, that's gonna be nasty.
Yeah, well, no.
And it is once they have it, they're like, oh my gosh. But then they automatically, after they take a bite, they automatically put syrup on it.
Yeah.
Or syrup.
Syrup.
Now, here's a good question Amy has.
What is it?
Who eats syrup on biscuits?
So I have not done that. My family will occasionally do honey, but not syrup. But they would do it. They would try it. My family would eat syrup on anything. You could just put the syrup on the table. It could be like salt, pepper, syrup.
Oh, my papaw, that was it. I mean, butter
Yeah.
and syrup mixed together and put on a biscuit. And there was always country ham or bacon setting out on
Yeah.
the table, which it would be there almost all day.
That's hysterical.
So
It would make it past 10 a.m. with my NTI teenagers around.
yeah. That's the one thing I'm trying to work on now. I've got my Mammy's chocolate chip cookies down.
Yep.
I've got my Mamaw and my dad's gravy down. Now
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out biscuits. If I can get
Yeah.
the biscuits, that's like the trifecta.
And here's the thing. I think that I have biscuits down, but they're different every time I make them. And when I make them and they're really good, I feel like I'm so excited. Then I get the big head, and then I try to make them again, and they're hockey pucks, and
Oh.
it brings me right back down.
Yeah, that sucks too, because you feel good about it. You're like, okay, this is the morning. And then boom.
Exactly. And then the spirit of my grandmother brings me right back, right?
Yeah. Morgan says syrup on sausage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a bonus too. If the syrup touches the bacon or the sausage on your plate and you don't realize it and you pick it up and eat it, that's like heaven.
That's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah. JR says dip your bacon in syrup.
I was going to say, yeah.
Elaine says syrup mixed with peanut butter sandwich.
Now that's a first for me.
That's
But it
intriguing.
makes sense, like peanut butter and jelly, because like the jelly is the sweet part. Syrup would be the sweet part of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So,
Yeah.
it makes sense in theory. I've just never tried it.
You know, I mentioned the story about, the first egg that somebody consumed. The guy's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to crack that and eat that right out of that chicken's butt. And then I've always said the most impressive person is the guy that was convinced by the first guy to eat the egg.
Yep.
What about maple syrup? How did that get discovered? I mean, you have to wonder about the first guy who made maple syrup. Who told him that tree blood tastes good?
Well, when you call it tree blood, I was going to say, because when you get sticky stuff on your fingers, the first thing you do is lick it off. And somebody did that and went, well, my goodness, that's good.
It's tree blood. That's what it is. It's tree blood. Am I correct?
It is now.
I mean, that's what it is. They
You just
stick a
ruined
tree.
it.
Canadians,
You ruined it.
you got the Canadians, they've got that maple syrup and they're pretty good at that maple syrup thing.
That's the good stuff.
How many other trees did their ancestors stab before they found the one that leaks sweet deliciousness.
Can you imagine?
Let's stab this tree and we're going to drink what comes out of it.
How many swords did they break off? I mean, for real.
Mary Stucker Hall says Pillsbury frozen biscuits can pass as homemade, or at least they do at my house. And you're right.
Yeah.
You are right. But there is something about making biscuits from scratch.
Yeah, it's just because I want to, Mary. It's not really because I have to, because let's be honest, there's not a whole lot of gourmet cooking that goes on at my house. I just want to. As a Southern woman, I want to be able to whip up some homemade biscuits. And I'm not giving up. Like, it's a lifelong endeavor. But there are frozen biscuits in my freezer right now, for sure.
Right. I mean, can a man just make a homemade biscuit and have tree blood? Right. I mean, come on.
Can't we?
Morgan says that.
What's for breakfast today?
It took a dark turn.
Biscuits and blood. Belly up to the bar.
Let's lighten the mood again. There we go.
Oh, let's take a look at that. That's so funny.
Were you a Chuck E. Cheese girl?
Listen, I took my children to Chuck E. When I first moved to E-Town, they were little. And as a outing, as a treat for my kids one day, by myself, I took them to a Chuck E. Cheese. I guess I was in Louisville. I don't know where I was, somewhere. And I walked out saying, hope you enjoyed it, because that will never happen again.
Outer Loop. Yeah, they had the singing thing every so often.
Yeah, and it was just crazy. My brain was like shorting out because there was so much going on. I mean, and I just sat there with my little fountain drink.
Yeah. Well, you think it was Vegas. It's a kiddie Vegas. There were no clocks in Chuck E. Cheese. It was dark.
I know. Craziness.
Yeah, they wanted you in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't like come by and say, "Hey, can I comp you a chocolate milk?" Or, "Hey, you've spent a little money. Why don't you just stay a while? We'll comp you a playroom."
Something. And my boys did love it when they were little. I mean, they just absolutely loved it.
Oh yeah, and we've got.
I mean, they know what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like AOL back in the day.
Yeah.
AOL dial-up, we were like, oh yeah, I'm all about that. And and it expanded, and now we've got all this high-speed stuff. Even Chuck E. Cheese has competition that's gone high-speed.
Yes.
They're kind of the AOL of the child entertainment
and
world.
Listen, I have to admit, you're talking about it. Does it still is there still such a thing?
I don't know.
Okay. See, I really don't know.
I'm not sure. I remember the first time I heard a story of dads getting in a fight at Chuck E. Cheese. And I'm like, well, yeah, of course. You introduced beer there.
Oh, that might have been a big mistake.
Little Junior, go over there and do Papa Shot or play skee ball. I'll sit over here and drink my brewski.
Hey, what's the Papa Shot? Okay, so Papa Shot is the basketballs. What is the thing where you banged the
whack-a-mole?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get some tickets for whack-a-mole.
Oh my goodness.
It's good stuff.
Craziness.
Today is also a Christmas Carol day. And
that's reason to celebrate.
And I know you know that because you sent a text to me yesterday, but I did not get to do any Christmas carols because I didn't know that if we were to play a Christmas carol, remember that time on this show that you played a song and we got blocked by Facebook? I didn't know that. Yeah. I hadn't done research to know what specific Christmas carols we can play and not get blocked.
For the record, I'm still proud of that moment. But
I know you are.
Let's not focus on my glory days in Facebook music land. But
in 75 shows, one person got us blocked one time, and it wasn't me.
But I didn't realize that you couldn't play Christmas carols, so my bad. Because I really sent that to you so you could tee them up, but I didn't realize that. But so I thought that we may have a conversation about people's favorite Christmas carols. And I realized today that it is literally impossible. I am not capable of sharing with you my favorite Christmas carol. So I thought to myself, Jana, don't ask people that if you're not willing to share your own, because I have like 50 million.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I go in spurts on what my favorite Christmas carol is. Now, not to give anything away for the Lyrics and Laughs podcast, which, by the way, is available for you Eric and Joe from the Eric and Joe Show, myself and Kenny Rambo from Heartland Communications. We do a podcast that is trying to convince Kenny to like country music. So far, we failed miserably. But
which is never going to happen.
No, but we're in the middle of a stretch of Christmas songs. And we chose Hard Candy Christmas from Dolly Parton as our song that will be released tomorrow. But did you know that's not a Christmas song?
It's not?
It's not a Christmas song.
Is it a Valentine song?
It's not a Valentine song. It is. And I did not know this. And when I had to do more research on it. And we talk in depth about this. Again, you can search Lyrics and Laughs on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Actually, we're on Audible now and Amazon Music. Ooh. So if you have an Audible account, you can download all of the Lyrics and Laughs podcasts, which was kind of cool. My
husband's an Audible guy.
Yeah, so he can listen to our podcast. It's anywhere you get a podcast, you can get the Lyrics and Laughs podcast now.
That's fine.
Morgan is right. So here you go. That song is from the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, the Dolly Parton musical. Remember that movie?
No.
It's from the 80s. That is from that show, that movie. It's not a Christmas song.
That's hysterical.
So there's a whole backstory.
It. Thank you, Grinch.
Hard Candy Christmas was about, you could only afford hard candy at Christmas. You went to the store and you got penny candy or hard candy. So
because you're poor, because you went to the whorehouse or what?
No. No, it's because you didn't have much money, and so you could only get hard candy or penny candy from the store. It goes back in early days, back when JR was born. Yeah. So we
JR,
talked about
you'll
that.
Be glad when this show's over.
And it got me thinking about Christmas carols that are not Christmas carols.
Oh, please don't ruin this day for me.
I'm not going to ruin it for you because, I mean, if you want them to be Christmas songs.
I will hit the button that says, stop Greg's ruining of Jana's Christmas carols.
You have one of those buttons?
I ain't got no buttons. All right. What's another one that's going to shock me?
Hold on. I got to put this up. Hold on. Here it is. Morgan says, Christmas at the Chicken Ranch was stuff.
Can they just be about Christmas though? Come on, Vicky. Come on, Morgan. Get on board.
And most Christmas, Vicky's right. Most Christmas songs are not about Christmas. But here's the funny thing. Everybody talks about My Favorite Things. That song.
Yes.
That's not a Christmas song.
I think I knew that one. Believe it or not.
That's from The Sound of Music.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
And it's not even, nothing about Christmas.
Which is not a Christmas movie, but could be, because it is fabulous and it's great that your whole family should watch it every year. But when do we watch that, around Easter? I don't know.
But either way, you can't sing that song without thinking of Christmas now.
True. Very true.
So,
very true.
Winter Wonderland is not a Christmas song. Baby It's Cold Outside was not a Christmas song.
No, but that's good too.
Let It Snow.
I feel like we've had this conversation. Have we talked about this?
I don't know. We've done 75 shows.
If we haven't, we should have.
Right. So, but Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow was not a Christmas song. I've had a lot of snow. I've had a lot of snow songs aren't. Yeah, I bet that's true for a lot of snow ones. Yeah, and that one was written in the heat of the summer because they wanted to let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So anyway, but
I'd
Christmas,
like to see a little snow.
Oh, I would too. So, but the Christmas Carol, today being Christmas Carol Day, is about Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol, published in 1843. Yes. It was published, but sales started on December 19th, so a couple of days from now.
So that really is a Christmas story.
It is. The first print run of 6,000 copies sold out in a week. And did you know that book has never been out of print since 1843?
As well, it should not have been.
Yeah.
It's so good. That's one of my favorite stage productions. And so I missed a lot of things this year. And one of them is going to see stuff, right? Whether it's, a concert or the Eric and Joe show or holiday productions for sure. And the Christmas Carol was always one of my favorites.
We did the Christmas Carol for a couple of years at the Pack. It was a radio drama. We did it years ago at Quixie, and then they took a big hiatus, and then the Pack asked, hey, can we work together and bring this thing back? And it was fun. I did it 2 years there.
It's fun.
That was very, very, very fun, because you can close your eyes and the audience was a part of it all, and it was done live on stage. We read from a script. That was
I love it.
So
that's pretty cool.
So those are the reasons to celebrate. I thought there was something else on the list of reasons to celebrate too.
There is another reason.
What's that?
It's JR's birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's a great reason. Tomorrow is Ugly Christmas Sweater Day.
Oh, I could get behind that one too.
Yeah.
But they're really not ugly. They're just overly festive.
Right. And then tomorrow's also Baked Cookies Day.
Some of them are ugly. Oh, well, I feel like that's been every day. It's some way. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, there's always like an occasion or something coming up where somebody's baking cookies for sure.
All right, you're at an event and they're like, "Hey, we're limited to we're limited to 10 people anyway, but we're limited to one cookie. You can choose one cookie out of this whole buffet of cookies. What cookie do you choose?" Yeah.
I think it would have to be a peanut butter cookie.
Really? Like with the fork marks in it?
Yeah, like a traditional, like a homemade peanut butter cookie.
Okay, that's good. Me, it's chocolate chip.
If they had that little chocolate kiss melted in the middle, it wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Oh.
But that's not necessary. That's not necessary. Yeah. So
for me, I don't know. My mom's no-bake cookies are really good.
Yeah.
Those are good. But so YouGov.com asked, they do all these poll questions. So what's America's favorite Christmas cookie?
Oh.
And a new poll found that chocolate chip is king.
So because it's probably the most common. And so I don't know. I'm not surprised because a good chocolate chip cookie really is hard to beat. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And I don't want to brag, but I'm going to brag. My chocolate chip cookies that were my mammy's recipe that I tweet. Those are some, as the kids will say, those are banging.
That's what I thought you were going to say, but you were going to say only if they were ones that I made. Or your mammy. That's what I thought you were going to say.
No.
So if you take that one off the table, what's your favorite?
The chocolate chip. I'm going to go with, oh gosh, my favorite would have to be, and it's so difficult, it's like picking a favorite kid. I love desserts and cookies. I have a hard time saying no, but I'm going to have to go with the no-bake cookie, the no-bake.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. My mom's no-bake. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Whew. Those things are good. I can't make them because if I make those things, it won't be good for anybody because they won't get anything.
My mom used to make a good oatmeal cookie that was crispy around the edges, but it was chewy in the middle. And I still don't even know I'm sure there's a recipe out there somewhere. This wasn't some secret recipe. Like she would open up a book and get it. But it was a good cookie because it had both. It was like a crispy cookie and it had like a cakey middle sort of. And they always turned out the exact same. Like you could rely on that cookie. It was good.
So Amy says Vicky Games oatmeal cookies. All right, we're going to have to call
Vicky.
Vicky.
I've had a Vicky Games oatmeal cookie.
Really?
Yes, I have.
I've not.
I have.
What, the place to call? No bake oatmeal cookies. There you go, yep. Shirley. You can bring some down the street if you want. What's a cowboy cookie? I knew that was coming,
Shirley. Why did you even say that?
Yeah, I think
cowboy cookies are. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think cowboy cookies.
I will.
Like jacked up chocolate chip cookies. Like I think they're chocolate chip cookies, but they have nuts and stuff in them. I think. Is that right?
Then my chocolate chip cookies are cowboy cookies then because they have walnuts in them. A small.
I might be wrong, but I think it's even more than nuts. I think there's like maybe I don't know if it's like cranberries or I can't remember.
Really? I
know.
Like I couldn't put anything else in there.
Like I think a cowboy cookie has a lot of goodies in it, but there may be different versions of it. That may have been just what my mom called a cowboy cookie. Who knows?
So Jennifer makes this cookie that it is a chocolate chip cookie that you put in a mini cupcake, paper,
Oh yeah.
and you cook it for so long until it's getting close, and then you take a Reese cup, a small Reese cup, and cram it
Yep.
down the center of it.
Yep.
Yeah, there is
You make it
no
you make it
self-control
sound
there.
so yummy. You take a Reese cup and then you cram it down the center.
Man, I have no control with those. None. And wonder why I'm having
That's
issues
awesome.
losing weight.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Christmas cookies.
So Elaine
What
says
you
no
say? No
nuts,
nut.
oats, coconut, and chocolate chip. Okay.
Coconut. Maybe coconut was what I was thinking of.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I like coconut. I don't. My kids aren't big fan of coconut, so I don't have a lot of. I don't do a lot of coconut stuff at my house. But
Man, you got to work on your kids.
I know they're kids. They just don't know anything yet. They don't like tomatoes either. They'll figure it out.
So this poll says chocolate chip is king, followed by sugar cookies,
Oh
fudge
yeah.
cookies, M&M cookies.
See, I don't like hard shelled candies in my cookies. Like chocolate chips is one thing, but I don't really like the hard shell stuff. I also don't like it in my ice cream. Like how people get like like not Oreo blizzards, but like they get M&Ms or something in like in their blizzard or their ice cream or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't like hard candies in my frozen
Yeah,
stuff.
it gets a little too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't-
I digress.
Amy says, have you ever had potato chip cookies?
Uh-huh.
Really? So do you just crunch up potato
Listen.
chips in them?
They do have potato chips in them.
Oh, that
So
sounds delightful.
you get a little bit of that salty sweet. I like a chocolate dipped potato chip. Trader Joe's has these chocolate dipped potato chips that are heavenly. But they're the
Chocolate
best
dip
I've ever had.
Yesterday
Yes.
was actually, and the funny thing you say, yesterday was dip anything in chocolate day.
Well, there you go. Right
Huh.
beside bacon, it should be Ruffles.
There you go. Oh man, I'd be all about that. That's good stuff. So this list also said other cookies frequently associated with the holidays include gingerbread cookies, snickerdoodles, and
Yes.
ginger snaps. Did not
Yes.
rank as high as a lot of the others. But
Well, because you had gingerbread cookies. That's kind of the same thing.
yeah. Morgan says you don't like a hard candy Christmas. Can I? I love doing this show. I'm sorry. I don't care if
Oh
it's.
my gosh.
I don't care if there are only 20 people that watch this thing, which I
That's
don't know.
so
I think it's
funny.
higher than that. But
I don't like a hard candy Christmas.
this is just fun. I enjoy. I
Oh my goodness.
enjoy that.
That's awesome.
We've ruined a lot of things for a lot of people.
Truly. I
And
mean, not that we're gonna take any credit, any blame. I almost said credit. Not that we're gonna take any blame for that.
Yeah. I mean, we would take credit for it though.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
That's pretty good. So now I'm craving cookies because I've got to do
Heck
cookies
yeah.
at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I have I did some for Thanksgiving, I think. Yeah. We've not done that yet.
Yeah.
Right now, I am in the throes of coffee.
Oh.
We decided at Heartland Communications, or somebody decided that, hey, we have great coffee. We roast our own coffee.
Yeah.
It's always fresh. Janice had our coffee.
It's very good.
So we decided that to our clients and things, we are roasting coffee for everybody. It's little small packages of it. I'd say you'll get one. So I thought that we would roast, you do little quarter pound packets in the in the coffee bags.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I would do 40 packets, maybe 50 packets.
Oh,
40 pounds of coffee I've got to roast.
nice. Nice.
That's 140 of these little packets. Now, just to tell you, I have a 1 pound roaster,
Wow.
and it takes almost an hour to roast a pound.
Wait, are you getting ready to make me do math?
Don't do the
It's a
math
long time.
because that
it's a long
math will
time.
make me cry. because I have 90 packets done.
Wow.
And when you've worked on things and you can't
Oh,
feel your fingertips anymore.
yep.
Yeah, I
Yep.
got nothing. I could rob
That's
a bank
so
and then
funny.
get nothing.
That's fun.
So,
Well, listen, the lucky people that end up with a little bit of that coffee, woo, slap
it's
your
good
mama
stuff.
good.
We actually,
Yeah,
uh,
heck yeah.
we actually picked a premium Colombian bean, and it's a different bean.
Premium.
Oh, it's premium. It's good stuff. So 40 pounds of that. Yeah. Morgan
Perfect.
says, Morgan says it sounds like I need a bigger roaster. Yeah, you go from the price of a consumer roaster like we have to a commercial roaster, which has a few more zeros on the end of it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a little quarter-pound roaster too, so I've got both of them working.
Wow.
But you have to watch. It's not one of these things you hit a button and coffee roasts. I mean,
Right.
it's kind of an art. You gotta at a
Sure.
specific point, you gotta know when to start cooling and that. But yeah,
It's like when I roast pecans. So I have a special roast pecan thing that I do for different events. And so I haven't done it in a while, but you have to be really careful when you roast nuts, right? Because you can roast nuts to a certain point, and once you go past that point, you may as well throw the batch out and start again because it's an art. I tell people all the time. They're like, "How long do you roast them?" And I was like, "Till they're done."
you
Yeah.
gotta know. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to know. Same thing with
Wow.
coffee beans.
Speaking of roast, I got roasted. Sounds like you're gonna have to work an actual 40-hour week.
This is where you say, hang on, Greg, this is where you say, as opposed to the 80 I'm working right now, Amy.
Yeah, I could do that because I work a bunch. But you know what? That's the magic of what I do.
There you go.
I am underground.
There you go.
You know, I've done
That's
a lot
funny.
this week.
Have you done all your Christmas shopping?
No. Jennifer and I have agreed we're not getting each other a Christmas present. We bought a dog.
Yep. How is that dog?
Hence why I've worked more than an 80-hour week. I'm not getting much. I mean, we're not getting much sleep. But you guys know you've had a puppy. That's why you're laughing. You've been there.
Oh, I was telling Mitch last night or maybe after the show on Tuesday about Greg and his new puppy and about taking shifts and about how everybody wants to take a shift when the dog is sleeping. And Mitch is like, did you tell him we've been there for 6 months that he just needs to get over it? I was like, I did. Pretty much did.
Oh, we're doing it. We're into it. And now Daisy has figured out how to run a little more.
Oh.
And now she just looks like a little squirrel is what she looks
everywhere.
like. But she's everywhere. But cute as a button. But bites everything.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we're not complaining. Still love the dog.
And you know what's funny is people go, well, just make sure she has plenty of chew toys. My puppy had 60 million chew toys, but she really only wanted to chew on me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, a friend of ours gave us some car keys. So, little rubber ones. She likes those. That's been
that's fun. That's fun.
So, Amy says, have you trained the puppy to get on the table yet? No, that's Jana's job.
Listen, I came across that picture the other day and I was like, Tipsy, do you remember when you did this? And she gave me this cute little look. And I was like, well, you did.
She's like, yeah, I was like 10 minutes ago. What are you talking about?
That girl.
Vicky says, roasting beans, raising a puppy, and doing shows. Now, I do more than that.
It all goes together.
Right. Let's see. I mean, I do radio commercials. I produce podcasts. I do a radio show every day. I do this show. And come on, let's just be honest. I'm the one that carries the show because Jana has nothing there to do.
Where is that button that shuts up Greg Milby?
Show me your show notes, Jana.
I don't even have a freaking piece of paper today. I got glasses and a cup. But do you know what I have that you do not have?
What? A Christmas
tree and a pirate joke.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Since you said it, why not? Well, she set it up like a T-ball kid in the first inning.
A T-ball kid.
It's on the tee. She's going to take a swing. Is she going to swing for the fence or is she going to dribble it off the tee? Hold on.
Maybe somewhere in the middle.
I'm working on my moving my sound effects machine over. So once I get that done, but here you go. Get your little drum roll. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is Jana's Pirate Joke of the Week.
This is not a what does a pirate say? This is just one. This is just imparting Santa pirate fact. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Santa pirate walks into a bar. He greets the bar with ho, 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 and a bottle of eggnog.
Hold on.
So take my advice. Do not Google Santa pirate jokes because the only thing you get is yo, ho, ho, ho. That's it.
Oh, that sounds like that Dolly Parton movie we were talking about.
Yes. Yo, ho, 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 and a bottle of, and then it says a bottle of eggnog or a bottle of, I don't know what other Christmas punch or a bottle of whatever, but it's yo, ho, 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 and a bottle of eggnog.
Hey, hold that pirate joke up, will you? Hold it up. Hold that pirate joke up.
Greg.
Hold it up.
It's already down there.
All right, hold it up.
Ooh, somebody got a new sound effect.
I've had it. I've just not been able to use it. I got a bunch of them if I can work it over into the in front of me. And
listen,
you know,
if I had more time to keep looking for but there'll be no Santa pirate jokes ever, ever, ever because they're all horrible. All they are is yo ho ho ho's. Lots of yo ho ho ho's.
Okay, there you go.
The Halloween one's much better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
One's even a little better.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, Santa and pirates just don't go together unless you're saying yo ho ho. Ho.
Yeah.
Ho.
Or Dolly Parton movies about Hard Candy Christmas.
Or going to Texas.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if you have not listened to Lyrics and Laughs, you got to listen to this episode anyway, because it gets derailed and it's a train wreck from the very beginning.
Those are the best ones.
But there's some good dialogue in there.
All right.
Yeah. So
I'll check it out.
Anyway, so it's fun stuff. Speaking of the Eric and Joe Show, if you did not get a chance to go to the Eric and Joe Show, which benefits the Hard Memorial Foundation, you can go to theericandjoeshow.com and it is now available for download.
You can buy it.
You can watch it in your own home on your own big screen or your little screen or whatever. And there is a bonus director's commentary where
so that might be worth the price of admission right there, because I've always kind of the part that's always interested me is to hear, I like the behind the house tours of stuff. Like I like the stories behind the stories. So I bet that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And they did that here in my studio. Now, Vicki, I did not produce that because at that point I had not watched the show and I didn't want to, because they watched it in here and did the commentary along with it. And I didn't want to ruin my experience at the theater.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
I'm glad Morgan is so excited for the podcast. So.
Yay.
Because everybody has a podcast, though. You know that? You don't have a podcast.
No, I don't even know what a podcast is. No, I'm just kidding.
You should, because everybody has one.
I know everybody has one. I don't have one. I don't know when I would do it.
You could, you could throw that in there at some point. Like
Prince
Harry.
I really have enough to say, unless I could just talk to myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the holidays, we'll do a Bacon in Your Mailbox show, and we'll ask everyone to give Jana ideas for a podcast. If I was going to do a podcast, what would it be about? Y'all think about that.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have signed a multi-year deal with Spotify to do podcasts. And again, proof that everybody has a podcast.
But people will listen to them just to hear those stories. Like I'm not nearly that interesting.
Yeah.
Truly. Speaking of Spotify, can I share? I sent this to you. We at E-Town Tourism have been reaching out over social media the past couple of weeks and asking people to help us add to our holiday playlist. It is phenomenal. And so we've now shared it in its entirety, and you can click through, Get Spotify for free if you don't have it. If you don't have it, you should, because it's really fun. And it has everything on it. It has everything from Bing Crosby to Jimmy Buffett to the classics to really fun spins. It's phenomenal. So you should check it out.
How long is the channel?
Oh, it's like 80 something songs.
Oh, so like Lyrics and Laughs, we have a Lyrics and Laughs channel on Spotify as well.
Yeah.
And I keep adding to it, and I change it up almost weekly, but it's over 5 hours long now.
Yeah, this is, I mean, you could play it all day.
Yeah.
It's really fun. And what's funny is if you happen to come across a song that you're not crazy about, or it's just kind of not fitting the mood, you go to the next one and it goes from like sleigh bells to like some silly. It's just so fun. It's all over the place. And it's all generated by people that fed into that when we got, it's all suggestions. So it's listener generated, which is super fun.
Good stuff. So that's on Spotify. And what do they search? Is it just E-Town Tourism Holiday Playlist?
So yeah, or you can go to our Facebook page and there's a link to it. So it's the E-Town Holiday Playlist. It's so fun.
Good stuff. Yeah. All right. So Elaine says, Pirate walks into, and it all won't show up here. Pirate walks into a bar with a paper towel on his head. Bartender asked why he was wearing a paper towel. The pirate said, "Arg, I had a bounty on me head." There you go. Thanks for saving that, Elaine. We needed that.
Good job, Elaine. I think I told that months ago and didn't do it nearly as good as Elaine just did in a couple of texts. A couple of posts.
Good stuff. All right. We didn't do the weather, so I'll hit the weather real quick. Clouds and sunshine, high of 34, clear and 24 tonight, partly sunny, 43 tomorrow. So gets better.
Hey, before we go, because I know we ran really long today, but that's what happens when you're talking about Christmas carols. This weekend, historic event, E-Town High School State Championship. We're going to Lexington and we're bringing it home.
There you go. They've not been to this. They've never been to the championship game since '67, right?
Well, they haven't been in a while. They haven't won it since, I don't know the last time they went. They haven't won it since like 1950 something. But it is, if it's going to happen, it's going to be this weekend with this group of players that are so extremely talented. And we're playing another team that is undefeated. So this literally is the best of the best in 3A state football in Kentucky.
I'm feeling good about it.
Meeting in the middle. One loses, one wins. So it is going to be, it's going to be epic.
I'm feeling good about it because I
am too.
These kids these are some talented kids.
They are.
Yeah. So first year coach, talented kids. It could have a dream season. So be ready. So could see Saturday night a big caravan coming back into E-Town carrying a big large trophy. So we'll have to wait and
all
see.
The way down the Bluegrass Parkway. And they get to play at Commonwealth Stadium on Kroger Field in Lexington at UK, which is so fun. So congratulations to them already, but we have one more step and it's happening. It's going down.
If you're not going to that game, you can listen to Bobby Thompson and Chris Todd do the radio coverage of that on ESPN Radio 1600. ESPN. So, yeah. So good stuff. Jana, very nice and festive, Hallmark style background there. Oh,
don't be jealous.
I guess maybe I probably need to give a bacon bit because we always do that. So I'll give you one bacon bit. Did you know a snail can sleep for 3 years?
Did you know my teenagers can too?
There you go. You threw in a bacon bit too. There you go. That's about it. Jay Hobbs says Ashland Blazer is also who E-Town was supposed to play in the Sweet 16 before it got canceled.
I read that, and he's talking about in basketball last spring. I read that yesterday, and I was like, see, it's so meant to be.
How about that for some trivia? Go, Jay. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, have a wonderful weekend. Go E-Town. Good luck to the Panthers. I think they're going to do well.
Yep.
And I've had fun with this. It's good stuff.
Thanks. You too. Me too.
She is literally the E-Town's Hallmark movie. She's Jana Clark.
Yeah.
I'll
own that.
I don't know what the other girl's name, but you're not Meredith Baxter Burney. I think she's on Lifetime. But anyway, but she's Jana
I'm Lacey
Clark.
Charbet. I'm Lacey Charbet. Charbet?
Yeah, that's the girl from Party of Five back in the day.
Yeah. She does all of them, man.
Oh my gosh, that girl's rolling in the dough. Good stuff. I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. And this is our birthday guy, J.R. Castor, who is turning 43 years old today. And don't worry, JR, nobody will ever recognize you out using this photo here. And this has
Happy
been,
birthday, JR.
this has been show number 75 of Bacon in Your Mailbox. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.